2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Genesis Invitational. Today's coverage is just about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. We're at beautiful Riviera Country Club in Pacific Palisades, Los Angeles. I'm Luke Olvey alongside Rich Beam. And Rich, you get hit with a sledgehammer all the way around this golf course, except for the first. It's a bit of a pillow fight, isn't it?
It is. It's just like the road we drive up on. A nice sunset, easing you down from the tee perched high above down into the fairway. Straightaway fairway. Even if you miss the fairway, more than likely you'll draw a decent line. The only danger here is hitting your second shot into that large bunker in front of the green. If you knock it in there, it's not that easy to get up and down. But all in all, this is a par 5 at 503 yards from the backs. But it's a par 4, and you know it's a par 4, and you're thinking 4s and 3s. If you make a 5, or even worse, ooh, that's not good.
Oh, I've got those special chills up the spine. I know today's going to be a beauty. Let's get into it. Time for the second shot into the first. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Yeah, that's a good line. That should find the surface. Oh my, right by the hole. Outstanding approach shot. 11 feet to the cup.
A great opportunity here. This for eagle.
And Rich, what a start. Coming out of the gates very hot after opening up with an eagle.
Nothing like setting the tone early for the rest of the day with that opening eagle. What a start.
We know that Riviera starts with a 5-4, but it may as well be a 4-5 because the par 4 second is tougher than the par 5 first.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right, back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. Oh, that's a great shot. It sets up a wonderful birdie look here at the second.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
Oh, what a super shot.
John, give us a small update.
Hey guys, we are checking in with Brooke Henderson as she gets set here for her next shot on the 16th.
No green in red, but a chance to save their par. Oh, how good was that? Well, that'll move her up the leaderboard as well. Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4, elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
Oh, that's a high caliber shot. Time for the second shot into the third. Well, this one's right at the pin. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
Gotta like their chances from there.
This putt coming up is for birdie. That's a good putt to make that one. That's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
Currently at -4 overall.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 fourth has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
Just didn't drop. And that should secure the par on this one. Here's Ricky Fowler from earlier.
This is his third.
Nicely holed. And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks right now. Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
This is looking pretty good in the air. Terrific approach and a chance for a birdie here on the 5th. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Yeah, they've left it in the perfect spot here, just below the hole. They can be aggressive up the hill. This really looks good.
Well done. Take the birdie. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. The par 3-6, one of the most magnificent holes, not only at Riviera Country Club, but in all of golf.
What an incredible design this is. And it really just takes this green and it makes it into a section of 4. The back right, front left, and back left, they all have their unique features to it, and that all is due to the simple fact that that bunker, which is tiny, minuscule, almost not even there, it basically shapes that green into the 4 quadrants. It is just an amazing design.
Well, that's certainly a step in the right direction. Keep it going. Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement of the tee.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down toward.
Oh, you beauty, an eagle.
Check this out. Holding it out from the fairway. That away. Great shot.
Well, that's certainly worth another look.
Yeah, this was a gift. Wasn't expecting this.
Rich, I love it when we get to break from play just to take a look at some great highlights.
Those always come in handy. Completely unexpected, but welcome nonetheless.
The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose-your-own adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flag stick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, the left-hand side of the fairway, that's not the easiest approach. So better be mindful of where that flag stick is in order to pick which side of the fairway you want to drive it down.
They're in the bunker. Got a chance to get up and down. Oh, you've made it. What a play. Let's get back to it, shall we? And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
And from about 105 yards. Clubbing up, smart. Got to control it though. Let's see.
Pretty good shot there.
And this putt to move into the top 20.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. Trailing by 8 strokes now after that hole. The final hole on the outward half is a par 4 playing back up towards the clubhouse, Rich. It's a good par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that's a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
Playing this shot from 120 yards. That should find the sand. That got a little out of control, I think.
Coming up a little short with that effort. Not bad, though.
That's on the green, but still a fair way away from the flag. Oh, I love these momentum putts. Right on 10 feet. Let's go hole it. Get excited. This could go in. Well, that'll maintain the momentum. Nice par putt. That's 9 under par for the event. All right, as we head for home at the Riviera Country Club, is there a hole that's talked about more than the short par 4 10th?
No, not at all. And what a hole it is. It's changed a lot over the years. This green is actually reminds me of something you would see at Pinehurst. There's no flat spots on it. It either is downhill or uphill. That's it. Players most likely will take driver or fairway wood and try and leave themselves just on the front left portion of this green. That's the most ideal spot they can hit it, no matter where they put the flag stick. However, hitting it there is nearly impossible. A keen short game is absolute necessity to make birdie here.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? This is an extremely long putt. They might even have to hinge on this one.
Their boldness paid off. They've got this for the eagle.
Maybe some time on the practice green wouldn't hurt. And this one is for his par. There it is. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Going with a 3-wood here. Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Using the big muscles to get it home in 2 there.
Trying to get to 11 under with this putt.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
Oh, so close. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Yeah, he's got just over 16 feet here.
Ooh, right by the hole. An opportunity to make a par here. Now 8 shots back after that hole. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that.
And they've been rolling the ball great today. Another great look.
Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Rich, the 13th hole. Slightly different look off the tee.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left. Requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? And 11 under in front of the player with this putt.
Looking for another birdie here.
Surely it's going to.
There's been action all day on this golf course. But what about this shot at the 17th? Well, that's certainly worth another look. Let's take a look at the replay. And in the hole. And let's see what that shot did to the leaderboard. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
Luke, it's a very simple hole in my mind, but for the mere mortals who are playing this game, it can be difficult because this green is not deep, but it's certainly wide, and it does tilt from right to left at a pretty good clip. Historically, it's not the easiest par 3 on this golf course, But for me, I think different.
Oh, good look at birdie here. He's currently tied for 14th. This 15th hole, a very strong par 4, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
This one is right down the pipe. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. Good opportunity coming up to move into the top 10 on the leaderboard. That was a gallant attempt. A par putt on the table. He finds himself in a share of 13th. The 16th hole, short par 3, Rich, but really good if he can get it close.
It's an island green, if you can believe that. It's surrounded by bunkers. I think this is another one of the all-time great designs. It's only about 160 yards, Luke, but the whole green is surrounded by bunkers. Everything feeds towards the center and the front of this green once it gets on there. I just think this is a magnificent design. If you hit it in any one of those bunkers, making a par will be nearly impossible.
Now 4 back after that hole. As we head back up the hill towards the clubhouse, we're faced with the par 5 17th, a long, strong par 5.
At all costs, do not hit it in that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. Anywhere to the left, even in the rough left, is just fine. From there, your next shot should be laid up out to the right-hand side. Third shot straight back up the hill with some kind of wedge. It can be an easy birdie if you get the distance on your third shot spot on. If you get it wrong, however, you could have some issues.
Oh, I like the courage here, Rich, getting after this par 5 in 2.
As they should. What a play. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for that play.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread.
Can't believe he did that. That drives you bonkers as a player.
Beautiful shot.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. The finishing hole at Riviera, famous for so many exciting finales in tournament history. Rich, take us through the tee shot and approach.
Tee shot up the hill. Fairway tilts significantly from left to right. Missing it out to the right is a massive no-no. You'll be blocked out by a bunch of eucalyptus trees that you cannot hit it through. Second shot is to a green that actually tilts away from the players, not towards them, even though the second shot is uphill. Green is historically one of the firmest on the golf course, and getting it close is nearly impossible. It is a heck of a finishing hole.
That one should find the surface. This is a ball striking clinic. Yet another green in reg here.
It has been fantastic to watch all week long. This player is dialed in.
Ooh, nice line. And another round safely in the books.